night. This is the Cutting Edge on RFM on next Wednesday night. This is the April edition. April has been designated Rastafari month. So you can look out for the different activities that will take place in this month. You listen to Marcia Griffiths. It's not funny. We are going to go on tomorrow up at Portland. It's not funny at all. Okay, so you know. My little sister do a wonderful thing for a little virgin of mine, you know. Yes, and when you see these things happen, you have to say enough respect. For those of you who don't hear it, we're going to play it. Because the sister is a very, I would say, authentic singer. When we talk about authentic, I talk about as one of those from where they come up and start to sing certain songs. And the brethren also, as a reggae artist, sing certain songs. So the sister go behind the keyboard and she make a effort, a wonderful effort, to play the brethren song. So we don't know if Chronixx I go back to the studio now with Alicia Keys and make back the tune on the album named I Can. So we want to touch Alicia Keys round the keyboard. I sing a little part of I Can. Here goes. Right. Them have a beat name, well, we have played so long now, but it come like the youth, them just catch on it now. Afrobeat, them call it. Afrobeat a long time still, but now, as me say, it's what's happening. It's what's happening, you know. Dancehall and Afrobeat seem to be, well, when I call it not coexisting, because we say we're, especially in England and certain parts of Europe, it would appear that the youth them now are gravitate towards the Afrobeat sound. And then you have the dance them. Sometimes you look on the African them a dance and the Jamaican them a dance and you don't know is who a copy from who. Because you can see the retention in both. And it is so wonderful to see Jamaica, Africa, because there was a time when the connection was much more pronounced in more things than just music. No, it's a wonderful to say it is coming to the levels now where the music is helping to make the youth them look on Africa. And that give either myself more relevance when them can go there and see and experience Africa for themselves and then recognize that Muta Baruka is not an idiot after all. Afrobeat, here we go. You know who I yell up? Jessica Mgundini, yes. Yes, sister, you're going. Well, everywhere I turn, it's like she follow me from the place. You know? Everywhere I turn, I see her, you know. Why you her up, you know, you do a wonderful set. I went Sunday down St. Thomas. Wonderful, wonderful. For those of you who asked me over the years, Muta, you remember that Queen Mother they were up on the radio one time where I give you some read up on thing. Which part she there? Well, I want to say she right now the studio with me tonight, yeah. Yes. Yeah, man. Mother Oshundare. Yes, there with me. I'm going to tell you. I know say from people here that know his worries over. His operator, you better prepare for this program, you know. Nobody don't put a matchstick under your eye them tonight, yeah. Put a matchstick under your eye, operator, because it's not going to easy on the radio tonight, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, this is the Cutting Edge on IRFM. So will I tell you, say, Queen Mother in the studio with me, and it's one of them guests where I think she come on this program more than any other guest we ever have. But because of her potency and how the people them gravitate towards her, you know, say, every time she at Jamaica, we have to bring her inside the studio. And it's like about maybe 7 years now. So you have a whole heap of ones out there who never hear this woman yet. A whole heap of ones never hear we put her on the radio and do what she do best. She's going to do what she do best in her interaction with the listeners and the callers. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we're going to leave it up to she for make you say what she's going to do and how she's going to frighten some people out of them wits. We see where the British government will be issuing £200 million or more to the Windrush people. Those of your family from other islands and your family and friends who went to England before the 70s. Windrush people, they will be, as long as you can prove that you was there and you lose this and you lose that and you have family there and them thing there. £200 million and more is designated as reparation to the Windrush people. This is the Cutting Edge. Good night, Queen Mother.
Blessed good night, Muta.
Eh? Make we get you on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, make you see where I'm going. So. As in the house with me after so much years. Or you disappear from with so Queen Mother?
Well, there are other things that had to be done on the planet. So, I think it's almost 9 years and 9 is completion. But it was so important for me to make it back to this island for Buju's concert and to give honor to you because I was just so thrilled to hear that you were going to be honored the Lifetime Award. And I wanted to make sure if wherever I was on the planet that I was in Jamaica to come and salute you.
We'll give thanks for that, give thanks for that because we know, say, we really don't see one another until you come to Jamaica.
Yes.
And we know when you come to Jamaica, it is always a pleasure to have you on the program, giving you work where you do. So we want you to tell the people them what you actually do.
Actually, I am a traditional healer, spiritualist, and herbalist. It's in my ancestral tree of life, going back to my grandparents. My grandfather was a minister, and he was also a herbalist. And my grandmother had the wisdom of knowledge. Papa always said, you are Muslims and Christians by day and traditionalists by night. Never forget your roots. So coming up in the family ancestral tree of life, my mother's senior sister had the gift. I was always taught and told that all of us are born with spiritual intuitiveness, and many times our spirituality is watered down through our different religious practices. Even though in my family we had different ones, I went to Catholic school when I was younger. Some members of my family were Catholic. The majority of them, 75%, I would say, were Catholic. And we had Islam And we also had one of my aunties that I really gave honor to, who was my great auntie. She was more on the spiritual side. And growing up around my grandmother, learning things about the herbs was very important, because my grandmother many times told us that there were times when our people were not allowed to go to any of the white or Caucasian hospitals, and they had to know what they knew. So they had to save their own lives by practicing the medicines, which was the herbal medicines. So this part of it, learning from my ancestral tree of life and giving honor to my mother's senior sister, who was what they call reader or spiritualist. If my auntie would tell you at 6 o'clock, look under your left arm, the hen was going to dip snuff, it would happen. People would sometimes be lined up to see my auntie. And when I was younger, I used to ask auntie, I say, auntie, teach me how to be like you. I want to do what you do. And she looked at me and she laughed and she said, listen, baby, you already have it. She said, you're born with it. You're born with a veil over your face. And she said, you have the gift. She said, but the Lord ain't ready for you yet. But one day you will see it. But it's something I wouldn't wish on nobody. And I said, why, auntie? She said, well, because people don't understand it. And many of us have the gifts. We all are born with it, but some just have it more than others. So they started seeing things in me when I was, I think, about 10 years old. I started having dreams and visions, and they would come in the room and ask me, what did I dream? And I would tell them my dreams. So I think when I was about 10 is when they really noticed it. I had the dream that my mother had died. And I told my grandma about it, and she laughed. And she said, oh, baby, don't worry. That won't happen like that. And it just came to pass 2 weeks later that I told her about the dream, and I dreamed the color of the casket and all of that. And 2 weeks later, my grandma, she did become an ancestor. My mother became an ancestor. And so they started noticing different things about me and the dreams and the visions, but it was already there. Later on in life, it just so happened that I was installed in Nigeria, and in Oshun society.
You was installed as a Yoruba priestess, right?
Yes.
Yoruba.
Well, people on this side say Yoruba, but in Nigeria they say Yoruba.
Yoruba, yes.
Yes.
Yoruba.
Yes. And I was tested by the elders. And what I mean by that is I had to do spiritual readings on about 60 of the elders that was in the room. In Africa, they don't just give you anything. You have to prove who you are to the elders. And the last one, after reading those elders, was Mama, which is considered like a queen mother in Oshun society. And I had to do a reading and read Mama. And the elders would sometimes come to the room and ask me, what did I see? There's certain things that you had to see and you had to know from a spiritual perspective. And then they would go back and put me back into, I'd say, in isolation, more or less, But it was really funny because I was telling my mom, I said, Mama, there is a thief in this room. And she said, And all of a sudden, it was really interesting. this man jumped up and say, "Mama, she lied. Send her back home. Send her to the other side. She has to go back to America." And so Mama held up her hand for him to keep quiet. And it was really funny. The next morning, there were two of the elders dragging this man to Mama to tell Mama that this man had stolen chicken. So they realized that what I was seeing was true in my visions. But the most important thing was that you had to prove who you are. You couldn't just go and say you're this and you're that. And not anyone was accepted. Oshun Society is traditional healers, spiritualists, and herbalists, and is over 4,000 years old, and it is older than Islam. It is older than Christianity in Nigeria.
All right, let me put in so. I've been to that place, the Yoruba.
Yes.
Yoruba city, where it
Oshogbo?
Yeah, where it originated.
Yes.
And it was a different experience, given that I was hearing about the Yoruba tradition over the years, but actually never experienced. I mean, I experienced voodoo in Haiti. You know, I've been to Haiti, and I say I've been to the voodoo rituals and the things that go with voodoo. When you go to Cuba, there's a Yoruba retention in a Cuba.
Yes.
In a Trinidad, there's also this Ogun, Oshun, Olodumare and all these things in a Trinidad. But for some reason, it don't reach a Jamaica as a Yoruba tradition. And we have half-shoots of that, especially in a St. Thomas, where people are called the Obia man, or the Ela. In a Jamaica, they say the Ela or the Obia man. You ever do any study about the Yoruba tradition in other parts of the world, especially in the Caribbean?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
One of my initiations was in Haiti, and it's amazing. I was there, then I went to Ghana, and I was sitting in the presence of one of the kings in up country, and I looked up behind me, and I saw what is called a veve, which is a symbol, and I was shocked, and I said, "This one," I said, "I know this one." I said, "This is what we would call Oshun, but in Haiti they would say, or they pronounce it as Haiti. Yeah. They say this is Ezuwede and Dambila." And the king laughed, and he said, "We're all the same people. Yes. We're all from Dahomey. We're all the same people." And it's just that our ancestors have been on this side, which is northwest of Mexico, for thousands of years. Yes. And it was discovered in Brazil.
With a big, strong Yoruba.
Yes.
In Bahia, Salvador.
Exactly.
Bahia, Salvador. I've been there. I've been there. The woman, them especially.
Yes, they're called Our Lady of Good Death.
Yes.
And the reason why they're called Our Lady of Good Death, which is an extension of Oshun Society, is because the Catholic Church was getting ready to hang them. And there were about 13 of them. And they were all dressed in white, and they had the gold. And the Catholic Church had stolen or taken away all their gold, and they had ropes around their necks to kill them. And they prayed to Oshun, and Oshun is called the miracle worker. And they prayed to her, and the rope slid from underneath their necks. And at that point, the Catholic Church decided to not kill them.
Allow them.
Yes, to allow them to live. Yes. And they have this festival in Brazil every year in August. Yeah. And it's the same festival that takes place in Oshogbo, Nigeria in August. And it's amazing people come. You can go online and see Oshun Festival in Oshogbo, Nigeria. Every year in August, people come from all over the world. They go to the river. They take baths in the river. There have been people that have been blind, or women that could not give birth, and they go and are bathed in that river, and they're able to give birth. There have been people that have been blind that have gone to Oshogbo, Nigeria, doing Oshun Festival, and they were able to restore their vision, their sight. So our spirituality has been inside of us for thousands of years, and many people have this gift, but they're now going against many of the traditionalists because they want to impact on them something that does not belong to them. And when I say that, I mean religious beliefs. We are born with our spiritualities, and we are all indoctrinated into religious beliefs. But the key is that all of the what we call religions can all be traced back into Africa, because it is all stolen legacy. Even right now, when they call it Easter, and looking at what the Greeks and the Romans did, they had their festival, and this was really a time of fornication with them. But in reality, as far as the indigenous cultural people was concerned, it was a time that dealt with the equinox. And during the time of the equinox was changes that took place with our great Mother Earth. It had nothing to do with what they are doing now. And, you know, like a good example is that they tell us when we're young, when I say when we're young, because remember, I said I grew up in the Catholic Church, and they would tell you, they would give you an Easter rabbit. And that goes back to Estra, which was like Queen Estra, or goddess Estra. And the name Esther comes from estrogen, which is the female hormone, which deals with the eggs and the fallopian tube. So, and that is the eggs, you know, of the woman. But they don't tell you that in the church. You know, they tell you that it has to do with the Easter, so the rising of the sun, which dealt with the sun gods. But they give you an Easter rabbit, a chocolate Easter rabbit at that, a chocolate one, and all these different color eggs. And I could never understand that.
Up to now, none of it understand it.
Yeah. So think about it. You have a chocolate Easter bunny with a chicken egg and the colors of the eggs. Whereas in reality, it had nothing to do with that. It had to do with the equinox and the spring, the coming of the new year that was coming. And if you notice, in certain places, you have the different color flowers. The earth is changing.
It's spring.
It didn't have anything to do with the lies that we have been told about.
Coming up the first new moon, the new moon, the springtime.
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right. I can ask you a question now. I don't want to call it paraphernalia, but the things them that you set out.
Yes.
Explain to me what it does to the psyche. I mean, I see you use the coral shells and water and all these things. And for those of you who don't know, we are going to the studio here, so now. It is a different program, this. It's a different program because a whole heap of people don't want to go into this aspect of them African consciousness. It gets people scary, jumpy, frightened. But when them go to church and see the man talk about drink the blood of Jesus and eat him flesh, it don't sound scary to them. To Uno, like I say Uno out there. We are talking about this is African retentive elements of our spirituality now. We come to us through rituals and physical manifestation. So we want to ask Queen Mother now, the water, the coral shell, and all the things them that you lay down there so now. Explain to me what that represents and the symbolism of that.
First of all, water is one of the most powerful elements on the planet. Everything that is of life has to come through water. Animal life, human life, and plant life cannot exist without water. Water is sacred. Water is holy. You're inside of the scrotum sac of your mother for 9 months, which is water. So water is sacred. Water is holy. So I have water here. My grandma used to sometime have a glass of water by her bed, or she'd sometime have a bowl of water under the bed.
My granny too.
Yes, and now that's interesting.
My granny too, goblet.
Yes, and because and I used to ask my grandma, why did we put water there? She said because water is holy and the spirit moves on water.
Yes.
The spirit moves on water because it's sacred. So if my grandma was in a different location of the world than where your grandma was, and your grandma did it too, then
yes.
it's a carryover,
yes.
you know, through our DNA.
Yes.
So I have the water here. It also symbolizes my society in Nigeria, Oshun Society, because that's River Mami water. And I also use this water to pour libations to call upon those in the spirit world as far as the ancestors are concerned. I use the water because when I call upon them, I am asking them to come forward, because everything in life is energy, and energy never die. And we're always taught and told by some religious beliefs, bomb the dead, let the dead bury the live, and a bunch of crazy stuff. And when I say crazy, I'm not being disrespectful. What I mean is this. When they use the quotation, let the dead bury the dead, it did not mean somebody dead, Obi, come alive and do this and that. It meant those that are dead in spirit, because many of us are the walking dead, the talking dead.
Yeah, but most Christians accept that manifestation where you just said, still, you know.
Yes.
Most Christians actually believe what you just said. That let the dead bury them means that who dead in spirit. That most Christians accept that.
Yes.
In Jamaica. I don't know about in America, but in
yes, in many parts, because it has been misinterpreted. Because we have to remember that those books that were stolen from our ancestors and that were rewritten, they interpret them according to their likeness and ignorancy and images and what was good for them. And that was good for us.
All right, so we could go back to the things them there. We talk about the water.
Yes.
And you have the cowrie shell.
Yes, I do.
All right, so
the cowrie shells are sacred because at one particular time, they say they came from the heavens. And there are 16 cowrie shells here. And they represent the Oduduwa, you know, which were the spirits that came from the heavens. And they came from the heavens and they landed in the water. Now, water, again, everything that is of life has to come through water. So, the cowrie shells was also used as the first form of money on the planet. And they talk. And you say, what do you mean they talk? Well, they do. They talk. They're in Nigeria, in my society, they use about 200, some say 260, some say 272 ways to read the cowrie shells. But it was really interesting that when I came into existence with my society, when my mom when I had to go before Mama and the cowrie shells were presented to me, I did mine totally different. And it was unthinkable the way I did my cowrie shells, but it was totally accurate. And everyone was shocked that when I read my cowrie shells, it was on key with everything. And so this is why one of the names that was bestowed upon me, Mama gave them 7 days to come up with the name, because you are renamed, because your name is very important, because it tells everything about you. Your name many times tells the time of your birth, how you're born in a family, the season in which you come, and the totality of your existence is embedded in your name. So they kept trying to come up with the name. So Mama, she named me Oshundara. They were mumbling among themselves, the elders, and then Mama said, Oshundara, Oshundara, and the drummers on the outside, they heard Mama, because when Mama talked, nobody talked. It's just silent. When she hold her hand up, everyone, all the elders, you can't hear a pin drop. Everybody just get quiet. Mama held her hand up, and she said my name. And the drummers on the outside played the drums. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Boom. But they were saying my name. They were playing my name. And she said, Oshundara. Dara means goodness. Oshundara means to make miracles happen. So Mama said that I will make many miracles happen because I will heal many people. I will talk to many people and heal them through wisdom and heal them through the herbs and heal them through physical. So at that point, in essence to the cowrie shells, I read the cowrie shells to Mama, and she was shocked. She was surprised, and she said it was a miracle that I knew how to do this.
What else is there again, Lord? I didn't see.
You were looking at the crystals.
Okay.
This is a crystal. This is the quartz crystal. Again, crystals are made in water. And there are 7 points to the crystal. The number 7 is very sacred, very important. Like you have the 7 C's, 7 petals to a rose. Even ganja have 7 fingers to it. You understand? So the number 7 is very powerful, is very sacred. The crystals are used to balance energy. Crystals are found in water. They're used to purify water. They're in computers. Just about in everything. TVs, watch, they use the crystals. I was in Sierra Leone, and there was a family member whose father had him on a bike when he was younger, and his foot got caught in the spokes of the bike, and it was hanging. They took him to the Orthodox hospital, and what happened is that they were going to amputate his foot in the morning. So his mother stole him out of the hospital that night and took him to the traditional doctor. The traditional doctor took a chicken and broke the chicken foot and gave the chicken medicine and gave him the same medicine that he gave to the chicken. The same day the chicken got up and walked was the same day that he was healed. So when he came to America, he complained to me about his foot hurting him one day. I took one of my crystals and I tied it to the bottom of his foot, and the whole crystal turned black because it took all of the poisons or whatever that was there. It took it out. So I use the crystals because they help to balance energy.
This is the Cutting Edge, and I FM. We're talking to Queen Mother Oshundara in the studio, and it only can get better. It only can get better. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is the Cutting Edge and I FM. We here on another level on the Cutting Edge. Sister who has graced this studio many times before. About 78 years now, we don't see her. I was wondering where she there. Now she come and she's in the studio with me. She just get a little history of her discipline and also of her initiation into the Yorubahood.
Yes, Yoruba Oshun Society.
Oshun Society.
Yes, in
Now,
Nigeria.
my Virginia with me, Danny. Danny come down also for the Lifetime Achievement Award. And we really feel good for know. We know Danny 60 years now. From me a 6-year-old, I know Danny. I run up and down Main Lane and all them places. And him there with me. The first I'm going to go meet the Queen Mother. We just drive down and I'm in the studio all the way. So I'm going to make him confront the Queen Mother, you know. Make him confront the Queen Mother, you know. Queen Mother.
He's sitting next to me, and he seemed like he's getting a little nervous.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
My name is Donald Clark. I'm a longtime friend of Muta. I know him as Alan. I call him Alan all the time. He has always been Alan to me.
Okay, wait the Danny, man. You tell them thing 500 times already.
All right.
We're not talking about this now. Don't give
All
no
right.
more Lifetime Achievement Award.
All right.
Who are you talk to? The Queen Mother.
Okay.
She want to talk to you. Okay.
Okay. When you were talking and you were introducing yourself and saying things to Muta, and Muta said, he raised his hand and he said, "We don't want to talk about that, this
Okay.
and that." I was feeling the top of my shoulders. I was feeling tightness and in my head. You understand? I felt my head area.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to make sure that you get enough rest. You have to sleep and eat well.
Okay.
Sometimes you sleep, but you don't rest. You understand?
Okay.
Your rest is very important for your body. The Spirit say to heal more. You understand?
Okay.
You are not as strong as you would like to be. You understand me?
Okay.
I feel like a tree here. And when I say a tree, I'm seeing a tree. One side is strong and real strong, and then the other side is not as strong because it's slightly leaning. You understand me?
Okay.
So our bodies are like trees, like plants, and we have to give strength and healing to our bodies.
Okay.
Now, when you kept saying, okay, there's some understanding and some reasoning. But first of all, the Spirit said, go back and tell him and talk to him. Do you understand? Because it's very important that you understand me. Do you first understand what I just said to you about the body and the healing and the rest? Am I true with what I'm saying to you?
To a point you are.
No, not to a point. We have to be on the point.
Okay.
Okay?
No, why I say to a point is that most of what you said is so because I'm having this situation whereas my rest has not been as what I'd like to be. Sometimes I have some physical disconnection, so to speak. It's not as well as it should be or as well as what I remember it was. So I have difficulty with that. And also at times I do have difficulty in sleeping. So I'm not resting as well as I would normally be in the past.
First of all, I don't like to use the terminology of stress.
Okay.
I never say stress.
Okay.
And I'm not saying it to you. I'm just saying it in the universe. I never use the terminology stress. I sometimes say it's interesting. And what I mean by that is this. You worry a lot. Okay? I look at you spiritually as a person that think a lot and worry a lot. When everyone else is sleeping, you're up in thought and in depth of thought of wondering. You're a great wondering person. You think a lot.
That is true.
And you always you're a wonderful person. Many people love you. Many people care about you, but they don't give back to you what you give to them. You are a giver. You like to love. You like to extend things to people, because I'm seeing your hand go out, which means you give, but you don't get back whatever you give out. And it's not so much you worry about it. It's just the way you are. That's the way the Creator made you. You're a giver. You're a giving and loving person. When you get angry, it takes a lot to make you upset. But when you do, once they lose you, they have lost you. You're done. You're gone.
How you know that? That is true. No, that is true. That is so true, because you know that part, because like I'm saying right now, I never met you before.
It's something you just tell me a while ago. How you tell Ivan up so. It's something you tell me from your come.
Yeah. But how you get that? Because like I said, you don't know me, I don't know you.
No, ask her no question, man. Make sure you ask the question. Where you ask her question, say, I laugh because of something you tell me from your career.
Yeah.
I just tell somebody else. And I mean,
and she I mean, like I said, you don't. Yeah. Well, what you're saying is true. I am a giver. I do things, like I said, I even going back to the days like my mom, she has passed away. She was always a giver.
Yes.
And I ask her about it and ask her why she does this. It's just a part of things. And I've seen where I come, like I'm saying I'm worse than my mother in the sense that I'm doing more giving than her. Not just so following her or copying her, but I'm doing excessively. And sometimes I wonder why, but I never question it.
Well, we also have to understand, when you say your mother had passed away, she passed away from this side and went to the other side.
Okay.
But the ancestors are always in our presence. Anyone who is no longer in the physical, but have gone to the other side, to the spiritual side, we relate to them as the ancestor.
Okay.
When you look in a mirror, you're looking at the ancestor, because your mother's spirit is inside of you. You're going to see something about your mother when you look in the mirror. But everything is energy, and energy never dies. Energy is deep inside of us. Sometime I want to get to the point of using the terminology out. I don't say, you never said it, I'm stressed. But I don't say stress myself. I just say, sometimes people say, well, Queen Mother, how are you doing today? And if something is really on my heart or on my head, on my mind, or trying to sit on my head, I'll just say, well, it's interesting. Or it's been an interesting day.
So far.
Or that person, they say, well, what do you think about this one? I said, they're interesting.
Okay.
And I'll just leave it like that.
Okay.
And the reason why is because everything is energy. And sometimes we can talk about certain stuff and bring that energy to us. You understand? We have to learn to take a giant spoon and scoop certain things out and just dump it away. Because our ancestors taught us, when we look somewhere in the sky to find the Most High, for millions of years they said, I am I and I am you and you are me. Mm-hmm. That whatever you want in life, happiness, we create our own happiness. Can nobody take away your joy? Nobody. Your happiness is inside of you. It's you that make your own happiness in life.
And I believe
you
that.
have to do your own day. So, as I say to you, I feel some sorrow. There's happiness and some sorrow in you. There is some pain because the joy is lower than, the sorrow is on top of the head of the joy. You're sitting on top of it. You have to balance that energy and lift up the joy in you. You have to rise with joy. It's amazing. Sometimes what we do is we put on music because music is the key to life. And many times we put on sad music when we're feeling sad. Put on happy music. Put on happy joy.
I already, because like I said, I'm in Toronto. Winter time is a time when, people put on dark clothing and all of that to go with it. So like with me now, I'm always colorful. I'm always in the light, so to speak. I was like bright things. It has always been a part of me. So like I am always in that sort of realm or zone of things.
And that's beautiful. I'm happy you said that, because I do lectures on the spirit of colors. Colors are very important because they vibrate energy.
Okay.
Each day of the week is governed by different spirits.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So I change my clothes and wear my clothes according to that day of the week and that spirit that govern that day. Now, you brought out a very important point, because I wear my traditional cultural clothes. I may put on some heavy, like long johns or something underneath it, but I'm
Outside.
basically in a colder climate too. But I always put on bright colors, especially when it's raining or when it's gloomy, or if I'm having something that's trying to like sit on top of my head.
Yeah.
When someone has gotten on my last nerve, then I will go put on
Something bright
Yes.
and colorful.
It's like we have an open market up in Detroit, and it was very cold and rainy. And I went to the open market, and there was this little lady, I think she was Polish, and she had been at the market about 4 o'clock in the morning, and she was cold and, just feeling down. And when she saw me, I put on the loudest yellow raincoat I could find, the loudest yellow boots, and the loudest yellow umbrella. And she looked at me, she said, "Here comes my sunshine." She said, "You have brightened, you have opened up my day." And I laughed. She said, "Give me my hug." And I had to laugh,
Yeah.
because sometimes when we put on bright colors, when other people are feeling sad, are feeling bad, then it lightens up their lives.
Without a doubt.
We are
Without a
each
doubt.
other's reflections, letting on it being our own reflection. Those color thing is very important.
It's very, because even so, even the weather, so to speak, like there are times when you have dark skies, and my it's plus 10 degrees Celsius, and I'm feeling down. And if it's minus 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and there's sunshine, it doesn't matter, because there's sunshine, and I feel much more better, much more brighter. I will go outside, I will jump, I will, sing and all of that, because the sunshine is all. It doesn't matter, it's minus 50 or 20 or 30, 40 degrees, but just the feeling, just the having the light, just the sun shining, it's a difference.
We have to bring the sunshine from within ourselves on the outside. And laughing is very important. There is an exercise that we do, and we just look at each other and bust out and crack up laughing. And for truth, there is a hospital in India.
Okay.
And it's a healing hospital, a naturopath healing hospital.
Okay.
And the people just go in and laugh.
And laugh.
They laugh. They crack up laughing. And, when you laugh, it vibrates energy inside. Whereas when you're sad, it creates high blood pressure, heart attacks. Many things happen when you're sad, because it brings down the vibration. Whereas when you laugh, it's ding, ling, 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 ling.
So,
It brings out joy. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the colors, the laughter, all these things are very important. But I want to get back to you, okay? Because I'm not finished with you yet.
Oh boy, what are you covering
Because
next?
as we're sitting here, my leg, this leg here, okay, I'm feeling my leg. How are your joints? How do your leg feel?
Oh boy, how you? What I say? How you? Okay, I was involved in a motor vehicle accident some time back. I had a severe edge injury. My left leg was broken in
Yes.
3 places. I still have steel in my leg from my ankle to my knee. Only recently, I had to go back to the surgeon back in Toronto, who didn't think I had some problems with it. And he was saying you have to operate and take out the steel out the ligament because the bones are okay now. The problems I'm having is with the steel, so he thinks he's going to take that out. But I'm asking you, how you got that? I mean, how you know? I didn't talk to you, I didn't discuss it with you. I mean,
everything is energy. And energy is vibrations. You understand? And you're in my vibrations. You're in my realm. You came in this room with me. So I'm just feeling your energies, you know. And that's the thing that's so important. We all have sensitivities. We all have vibrations. Sometimes we go like, something, you know, you say, my mind tells me to go this way. And then you detour, you go the opposite, and you run into a dead-end road, you run into traffic, and you say, I should have listened to my mind. My mind told me what to do, and I didn't do it. Well, who's your mind? That's your inner most high that's inside of you, that's showing you. That's the gods and the goddesses that's inside of the people.
so this is something one should always follow then. Are you saying that?
Oh, yeah, you should listen. One time there was a lady, and she was a friend of mine, but she was having hard times, and she actually killed both her children. And I was very disturbed about it. And I went to jail. I went to the jailhouse to see her. And her daughter, the firstborn, was my goddaughter. And I said, why did you do this? What happened? I said, weren't you warned? Didn't something happen? Because I know the Spirit spoke to you and told you something. She said, yes, it did. I said, what did they tell you? She said, something tell me to take my children out the house, outside. But when I opened the door, it was raining. And I said, I'm feeling the Spirit said to you that you should take them to the bedroom and play. She said, yes. That's exactly what the Spirit told me. I said, and I sat there and I thought about it. Then I put them in the bathtub and let them play. Then all of a sudden, I just took my hand and I drowned Bethany.
Wow.
And I said, I was very upset about that because she said, usually the first spirit that come to you are the good ones. You have good, you have bad, you have evil. Usually the first one will tell you the good something to do, you know. And the good spirits tell her, go outside, go to the bedroom. And then she sat there, was disobedient to the spirit. The next one came and said, drown her.
So it's a question of disobedience or what? Because I'm saying right now, or I'm thinking I'm listening to what you're saying, and like I'm saying, if the first
Hello. You see, it reaches a stage where the two of them have a conversation between the two of them. See, and now Danny started to interview mother.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have the phone busy
Okay.
out there, so
Yes.
I don't know if you want to just continue without the side stories. I don't want to sound like a referee, but if we keep doing that, the time I will go and then
All right, Muta.
people will cuss me out there.
We're going to get back on track.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you.
get back on track. It can't just smooth because I tell you the phone are
right.
already, right? So
All
if you
right.
want where you tell him a while ago about him foot?
Yeah, well, yes, I was feeling my leg.
I don't want to get
Well,
in between where I say, but it
Yes.
sounds like no, it a come between.
Well,
the two.
thank you because you're true. You're
Yeah.
true. I think he was so intrigued about what I was
start
telling
ask
him.
You question now.
Yes.
And I don't tell him say that way up, you know. I don't tell him say, no, but I'm going to go ask you about it. Listen to what I say. And the same thing I tell him no to do.
yeah, but it's intriguing. It's intriguing because the
All
way you
right.
say
Why you go forward now? If there's anything else you want to talk to him about. I mean, you're free still, you know. You don't have to rush it, you know, but we just want to keep on.
Well, okay, yes. When he loved hard. And he does. He love hard. If he love you, he love you. And when I say he love you hard. And I remember when I was a teenager, my grandma told me, she said, look here, baby, She said, Cher, you have, Cher in Creole mean dear. She said, Cher, you have that graveyard love. And I said, Mama, what do you mean that graveyard love? She said, that hard love, that hard love. She said, you better get that running water love. And I said, Mama, what is running water love? She said, love you can turn off and on when you want to. So I say to you, you have that graveyard love, which means you fall deep and hard. And the Spirit say, take your time. When it's time, you will know the time.
Okay.
Take it easy.
Okay.
You're going to be okay. You're fine.
I appreciate
Just
that.
take it easy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. This
Thank you.
is the Cutting Edge on RFM. Yeah, this is the Cutting Edge on RFM. We're there with you. I go through the PSs. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, thanks, man.
Oh, you know, man.
And then when the place I listen to Queen Mother, and I realize she come and she get to it, I'm going to get to find out how to keep in touch with it. Not necessarily her, but my spirituality.
Okay.
Our spirituality.
All right, don't talk so much near to the mic, the phone thing. You're muffled a little.
I will say that, Muta.
Yeah.
You want me to repeat this? Yeah, is all right.
No, man, we hear what you say, man.
Okay.
All right, so Queen Mother shall listen to you.
You know, she could have looked like tune because she's that powerful. What I really want to know is, what I should say then, is every time somebody like she come on the air, most people don't find out how they can keep in touch with their spirituality after the program done. I don't know if you keep in touch with she, because she's not there all around the world, but keep in touch with the things that she mentioned. Based on the fact that she mentioned certain things that some people out here find it common to themselves. Like she said, she mentioned the word stress. Now, there are some people out here, they don't even have to reply.
All right, here one now, Bridget. Here one now. Queen Mother, you hear him good?
Yes.
Yeah, hear him good. All right.
Yes. Good night.
Night.
All right, she might talk about, all right. No, continue talk, Bridget. Continue.
Yeah, you see, after we leave Jamaica, I want to tell you about 6 or 7 now, yet. Probably 10 such people in our country. I'm talking. After we leave, we lose contact with how we can keep our spirituality alive after we're gone. I don't know right now that Muta say your name, Queen Mother, or Shendai. Now, I am not religious. Religion, but at the same time, I accept all people's beliefs. And I will accept me, I don't offend us now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still love about it. But when you were saying, what you're actually saying since night, and I'm working on listening to you, is that you get carried away with some different interpretation that they put in certain books. Now, what you're doing is bringing back people to themselves. Now, when you leave here, sir, we just get a taste of ourselves now, you know. When we leave here, sir, we still want to develop on ourselves. So we need, I know it's on the very true when I got into here.
So what you want to do? What you want to do? What you want to do?
When we leave here, sir,
Yeah.
tell us what we can do to keep ourselves and our spirituality growing then, right? Mm-hmm. What letter we can with who we can contact, or books we can buy, that we have to know.
But you know, sir, a whole heap of time I tell you that, come like you know, listen.
What I will do, that is true.
A whole heap of time I tell you what book you can buy, what tape you go listen to. We even play some of the tape there, man. I don't know how you ask that question there. Because she not for there for you hear that. Because me say that weekly.
Not soon about that. When like she mentioned something about a country in Nigeria, about a certain man who had fallen to his foot. And what not because about the problem the man foot, but this is to say that there are people out here who get hooked up, which is natural, in this religion that they have around them now. But they know that that is not really the dear thing. But if they had access to, especially right now when she mentioned about what she has in, what she mentioned to us about that is in a part of Cuba, and she mentioned it in Nigeria and Brazil, different name. But then we said something that not just me alone, but at this moment, I know many people want to know the same question I'm asking.
Okay.
Know before us,
Make sure answer, you know. Make sure answer.
Muta,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
I do understand where he is coming from.
Yeah.
What he really wants to know is what could happen to lift up the spiritual intuitiveness of the people after you go. How do you keep that balance? How do you stay connected with your own spirituality? And I mentioned to you, remember, my brother, I talked to you about the water and how important that water is. And Muta also said, I said, my grandma used to use the water. And Muta said, my grandma too. You know, many of the things that are done, that were done on the other side, what we call Africa of the West, this is Africa of the Northwest. This is Northwest of Mexico, which means that the same energy that's over there is over here too. It's just that our energy has been watered down and a blanket has been thrown on top of who we are. And otherwise, we have put religion on top of spirituality, and it's a systematic thing that has been done to us to keep us from rising as a people. Because once we tap into who we really are and learn to tap in and use the powers that are inside of us as far as our spirituality is concerned, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. And that's the fear that is there. We're taught and told not to believe in ourselves. But the Most High lives deep inside of you. And we can rise as a people once we start going back to what our ancestors have done. Remember your ancestors. Don't throw them away. Don't throw them away. I celebrate every August the 25th, which is my mother and 3 of her sisters' birthday, the same day, 6 years apart. I celebrate it. When it's one of your ancestors' day, you celebrate it. They celebrate Christmas. They celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And what's interesting is that our people don't even know that when they talk about St. Patrick and then we run around and dye our hair green and green lips and all that stuff, do you know that the first people of Ireland were the Moors? They were the Moors. And when they talk about St. Patrick's responsibility was to chase what they call the snakes off the island, which were the Moors. That was a symbol, the snake that can be traced all the way back to Kemet, to Egypt, Africa. So we have to honor our ancestors. Don't forget our own people. Honor those who have gone to the other side, who have paid their dues. Call upon the ancestors.
And I want to add something to it, brethren. You see the books where you asked about?
Yeah.
Which part of the man I call from?
Redding
Yemdale.
Road.
Where?
Redding Road.
Red Hills Road. All right. So, we used to sell some books, but I brethren named iNation now I sell the book them, right?
iNation,
Yeah, him named Kirky. What happened is that we can recommend some book to you, you know. You know, we can recommend some book to you in relationship to African spirituality.
Right.
You know, if you find any book by Ben Buchanan, Shekinah Diop, where you laugh at?
Musa, you eat them, man.
Eh?
You eat them.
All right, if you eat them.
You eat them.
Yeah, but we're not, but we say, yeah, if you say the same thing, them always say over and over, where we make you eat them and now you vomit them out.
Musa, we know, when sometimes then don't die.
No, what may I say, you want to tell you the same thing that me I tell you all the while.
You know, lock up now at funeral.
Yeah, well, you ask question where you know the answer already, man. You know what I mean?
If you never want to reach,
Yeah, we have to move though, you know, because 12 o'clock they're probably. Call back.
All right,
Call
Mr.
back.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay, my people, many thanks.
Thank you. Blessed love.
Brothers and sisters, this is Chalice. Join us with respect for our national anthem. Let us stand and defend this one. Peace and love. Thank you. Eternal Father, bless our land. Guide us with thy mighty hand. Keep us free from evil powers. Do our life through countless hours. To our leaders, great defenders, great true wisdom from above. Justice, truth, be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we
Yes, operator. Send in the call. Don't make the call lose by, you know. Send in the call. You could have frightened this over for all the time. Go off quick. But, meanwhile, she's sending the call. Queen Mother, all right. Me could take the call. Come now. Yes, Ian.
Hello?
Yeah, man. Blessed.
Blessed night.
Good night.
Morning. Hello?
Yeah, man. We are here, Bridging.
Yeah, man. For real. I want to talk to Queen Mother then.
Yeah, man. Let you know, listen, man.
Yeah, I just want to ask her about my little son, Jaden.
You asked her about, you hear him say, Queen Mother?
Yes,
Him little
good
son?
night. He said he wanted to ask about his little son.
He's 3 years old. And not talking the way he's supposed to talking. I've been going back and forth to the doctor with him. Say,
All right, hold on, Bridget. You have radio in the background and you need to talk more in the phone.
all right, just a minute.
You have to turn out the radio when you call radio station, man.
All right, more talk.
Yeah.
Yes, I was just saying, back and forth to the doctor with him, even do a test with him one day. I have one more to do. They said that not hearing out of one of his ears, so I just want to find out what's going on with him.
What is the diagnosis that they said about the child? Because if you take your child to a hospital, they have to give some type of a diagnosis. What was the medical diagnosis that they said the child had?
Well, the test I do on his ears, they say that one of his ears blacked up, not hearing out of one. So I'm not sure. I got one more test to do, then they can tell me what exactly happening. So I don't know if it's the ears that blacked up, stopping him from talk. now and then we say certain things, then sometimes you hear nothing from him. He just make nice.
Okay.
And then it's a natural thing.
You said the child is 3 years old.
Yes.
What type of a diet was that mother on when she was carrying that child, to your knowledge?
What type of diet she was on when
Yes.
she got pregnant with him?
Yes.
Well, it's a regular diet.
What's regular for you?
Like, we eat our regular Jamaican food. Like, rice with chicken, yam, banana, those things. We drink like nourishing things.
Okay,
That's what I mean.
let's talk. All right. When you were talking to me about the child, I was picking up that during the pregnancy, the mother went through a lot of stress.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Because I'm feeling stress. I feel the mother was going through a lot of trauma.
Yes.
When she was carrying that child. Am I not true?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Sometimes, and many times, and most of the time, according to whatever energy that the mother is going through, when I say diet, there's your spiritual diet, your mental diet, and your physical diet. All of those big threes are very important when you're carrying a child. I feel not sadness in this child, which means this child may smile.
Yes.
And smile a lot.
Yes.
Because the Spirit said that there's joy in this child.
Yes.
There's a lot of joy in this child, but it's like trapped in between. I wouldn't say the good, the bad, and the ugly. I would say it's like trapped in between yesterday and today, which means that mentally, the child is like there's some instability. Okay?
Okay.
Do you feel that way? Do you feel that there is some, that's like dealing with the mind? Do you understand me?
Yeah, yes, I'm.
There's a lot of hurt, a lot of pain that's coming inside of this child, but is going through some things that happened before that child came forward.
Yes.
And what was the relationship of you and the mother when this child was being developed, or when this child was coming forward? What type of development was there?
The relationship was good.
It was what, please?
I said it was good. It was good.
But what's the pain? Because I talked to you in the beginning, and I said there was some instability.
Okay. Okay. Well, thing is, I guess, on the other hand, because the child is not the only child for her, and she have other child like for next person, or baby father. So maybe it's coming from there too, the stress and the you understand?
Wait, Regine. Yeah.
Motor.
All right. She have a next child for the next person.
Yeah, not one, more than like 3 more child, yeah.
And she live with you?
Yes.
She live with you?
Yes.
So now, how you feel about that, given that she have some other child with some other for the next man?
I feel no way, because I do them like my own same, you know?
No, I'm not talking about the man now. We are talking about the children them now.
Okay.
You and him get on?
Me and the next brother?
Yeah.
No.
Like if
no.
him come at the yard, come give the money or anything like that.
No. It's like them like go for that from him. Wherever he lives there. Go for
Oh,
that.
them go there.
Yeah.
And you and I not talk about him.
Well, she will talk about him, Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. All right, big madam.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's a lot of instability here.
Yeah, but he's a ignorant brother. He's in dark, Everything in cuss out.
But you see, I go like say, no, go on. I know you're come for that, say the things.
But that's what I'm saying. There's some
Yeah, so the
problems.
things-
That's why we understand what I go on at the same time.
If dark.
Yeah, man, him stupid, him dark, man. It's like him dunce, like maybe not go school or something like that,
Why you have so much things to say about, and she knows how you feel that way about him.
Yeah, she know that way, of course.
Well, that Queen Mother I try to show you.
Okay.
So there's some little thing I go on there where, something I go on.
Yeah, man, up till today, it's still dark, and I think them separated like maybe 5 or more years, something about it.
Okay. And up to today, them still dark. It's still dark.
The man, yeah.
Okay.
So, don't want to know, if everything all right with the man,
A lot of things, what I'm saying is psychologically,
Yeah.
there's a lot of psychological problems that is there, a lot of mental trauma that's going on inside of that child's DNA.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
So, my next thing again, Queen Mother. Is everything gonna be okay with me and my family, right? I don't know if you could tell me that.
In terms of the relationship with you and that person, or what are you asking me?
Yeah, the relationship with me and her, and I'm a person who live among I think it's about 11 years or more now, living in rent house and things like that. So I just want to know if my life is gonna be okay. One day I might have my own place or something. I'm doing security work for about 11 and a half years or more now. But things like hand to mouth, so it's like, you don't know, you go sometime with the Jamaican. The band comes to gold spoon, So we don't know, we have to try.
When, first of all, let's go back for a minute. Okay, when you said about the relationship, it's like rocks underneath a rug. And when you try to walk across a rug with rocks underneath it, then it would be problems. You would have to clear it. I mean, some things, understanding means a lot in any relationship. And you all have to try to balance the peace and get a better understanding. Some things are disconnected as far as that's concerned. But you as an overall, as a person, I feel you're a beautiful person. You like to meet people. You like to talk to people. I see you being a lot of powerful coming in your hands. Your hands, you can do just about anything or put anything together with your hands.
Yes.
But sometimes you're too impatient, and you have to rise up from within yourself because you feel sometimes that you can't do what you can do. And you have to get back up on your throne and be the great person that you are, and stop allowing people to say things to you because you're very sensitive and extremely emotional, and you get hurt very easily. And turn that stuff around and get back up on your throne. And you can go to school and do a lot with your mind, but your power is in your hands.
Okay.
Do you understand me?
Yeah, I do.
Do you agree with what I'm telling you?
Yeah, I understand.
No. Do you agree with what I
Yes,
have
I agree.
said?
Yes.
What kind of work the man do?
Security.
You said security already. Okay.
But I said
I
your
even love
hands.
the music too, even this Saturday I'm going over by Portland to go into a studio to do some songs.
Okay.
I even called Queen Mother before. Last time she come out here,
Uh-huh.
I called her and I talked to her same way.
But you're a
I
builder.
didn't get any children yet in time there.
You may love the music and everything, but you're a builder.
Yes.
which means you can build many things with your mind, your heart, and with your hands. You have a lot of power in your hands. Do you understand me?
Yes, I understand you.
All right.
Okay, blessed. Yeah, Bridget?
Thank you.
Yeah, give thanks.
One love.
Yes. This is the cutting edge. I tell you. Yeah, good night.
Hello, good night.
Yeah, blessed.
Yeah, blessed motor.
Yeah, man, give thanks, man.
Yeah, man, I called to ask a question.
Who you ask the question? Me or Queen Mother?
Yeah, man, Queen Mother.
Okay.
Greetings, Queen Mother.
Blessed love.
Yeah,
Greetings.
blessed love.
Good night.
Yeah, I want a little an answer on something. Growing up, I'm in my late 20s now, but growing up, I've been having a recurring dream. I'm always running away from something. It could be like a prison or I don't know why. But I'm just always trying to escape. People are always running after me, whether it be soldiers, whatever. It just always be somebody running after me. I'm always trying to escape from some place. Jumping over walls, jumping over, going through bush, forest. Just always trying to escape from somewhere. Recurring dream for years now. I don't know what that means.
You know, it's really amazing because when you first start talking, I saw you running and looking back, just running. And the Spirit was saying, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. And before you were telling me this, I was going to tell you, slow it down a little bit. You know, it's like you're hiding from things and you're running from things. And what's interesting is that I feel the things you're running from, the things you're hiding from is yourself. It's yourself. You have to be more real with you. Sometimes you put things in your back pocket and you sit on it instead of moving forward with it. You have inner determination inside of you, but you don't use all of your abilities. You have to trust more, not just in people that are around you, but trust yourself more. You have the ability to do many things and plenty things, but you're running. You're just running. If you just sit down and be more disciplined with yourself and make up your mind, in essence, to what you want to do, because you can't sit still. You start something, you don't finish it. You have to start completing things that you begin to do.
Wow.
I true that, Bridget?
Why? And I tell you all that. I have a lot of unfinished projects right now. I've written a lot of business plans.
Yeah.
No action. I even start writing some. Don't finish writing it. Just no action. I think I think more than I would think more than if you should compare what I think with what I actually do, then I would think more than what I do.
Well, that's what I tell you now, so you sit down on your back pocket with things in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's so direct. I mean, for years, though, this has been like a recurring dream, you know.
Yeah.
And the thing, when I'm running, I'm always scared, real scared, you know. But at some point, I fight, you know, but it still end up with me running away, you know. Sometimes I stop the fight, and then I continue running, I stop again, I fight, and then I keep running. You know, sometimes I even, the dream will start like me just running away. Like, I wouldn't know what I'm running away from. And then if I'm trying to run away from someone or some people or whatever, that's how the dream will start, me running, you know.
Remember, the spirits say, slow it down and stop running away from yourself. Take your time and do what you got to do. This is what my grandma used to say. Baby, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. So when you say I'm running away from myself, though,
You got to slow it down.
It's like I want a little bit more details as to what about myself I would be running away from.
You need to do what you're supposed to do. Stop, start, and stop, and not completing what you're supposed to do. Remember, I told you, as the Spirit said, slow it down, because you were running. I saw you running, and not finishing stuff. You start one thing, then your mind is so powerful, you start that, then you jump up like a bunny rabbit and run and do something else. You start that project, you don't finish things. You have to make completions.
Right.
Now you understand me?
Yeah, I do understand you, and I can make the connection with what is actually happening.
Yes.
In my life. So, I mean, it's so direct and powerful,
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm seeing a direct connection. It's
Well,
like
you're
I can put
powerful.
my hand on it.
You're powerful. You have to believe in yourself. You're powerful. The power is within thyself. Our ancestors say, know thyself from within thyself. The power is inside of you.
Right.
All right, Reggie.
Yeah, man, I'm really grateful for this moment, and I hope to meet you in
Thank you.
Right, and also though, before I go, did you pick anything else that you might want to say to me before I leave?
Well,
Something I didn't ask you.
Well, listen, the only thing is look into what I said to you, because I thank you for calling, but there's some other folks that are wanting to come through.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, then. All right.
All right, Bridget, give thanks, yeah?
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Yes, this is the Cutting Edge on IRFM. They are with you. Yes, Ian.
Otto.
Yes, sir. Blessed man.
Yeah, and greetings, man. You have to talk to Queen Mother,
Yeah. Talk to her, man.
Greetings, Queen.
Good night. How are you?
Good night. I'm all right, I have a visual impairment that they diagnose as uveitis, but they can't tell me any cause of it or any treatment to resolve it, so I was calling you about.
Excuse me, please. I didn't hear the first part about your
I have a
diagnosis.
visual impairment that they diagnose as uveitis, but they can't tell me what's the cause of it or any way to treat it. I've been to like 6 different eye specialists.
What is UBI? What is UBI?
Uveitis.
Uveitis?
Yeah.
What's that?
My vision very blurry. Me can't and the sunlight affect me. I can't go out in the sun without glasses and anything there. But they can't tell me what causes them. Run a whole heap of blood tests on them. So nothing. Well, you think they usually cause it are like diabetes and high blood pressure and all of them things them test me for, and all of them come back negative.
Are you on any medications at this
Yeah,
time?
I'm using steroids, but it's not to correct it. It's just to keep it from hurting, because when I don't use it, it pain me and run a lot of water. So it's just to kind of keep it stable, but it's not improving it any. And steroid eye drops as well.
So, in other words, you're saying your vision is going, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any diabetes in your family?
Yes, yeah.
Because the Spirit said there's diabetes in your family. And how much starch and sugar? Because, starch is converted into sugar. What's your diet like? What is your diet?
I've been tested for diabetes more than 5 different times now.
Okay. But I was talking to you, and I don't know if you heard me or not, but I was asking you a question that's very important.
Are you asking how much starch I eat? I don't eat starch, I
No,
eat mostly raw
I said, what is your diet?
Raw food, mostly raw food. Once in a while I might eat some vegetable or something, but I mostly eat raw food. I'm hungry and that kind of food.
How long has it been that you've been on a raw food diet?
About 2 years now.
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the diet is very important, and sometimes people come on certain diets and they think that, first of all, why did you go on that particular diet? And what was your lifestyle before you came on that diet?
Before I used to just eat now and yam and kind of thing, but just from eating knowledge, I changed to that. There's some hearing different people like Musa and them talk about it, eating more of that kind of food now.
Okay. But the point is that you were accumulating anything and everything before you decided to go on raw, right?
That's true.
Okay. So what detoxification did you do to detox your body before you went on a raw diet? Did you detox your body?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, because see, that's what happened many times and plenty times. People will jump and go to certain diets, but they don't clean out. They don't detox, before they do it. Just like sometimes people say, I'm going to go on a 40-day fast. And they go on a 40-day fast. Sometimes they die. Sometimes they become very ill because all those toxics are there. Sometimes, like Dr. Jewel Pookrum, she always say, you should get a colonic. A colonic is water under pressure where you wash down and out all of the things that your body does not need. And it's a flush and dust situation. You didn't flush and dust your body. Sometimes you have to clean out your blood. Detox your blood. It's just like driving a car, with bad gas in it. Your blood is like the gas, the fuel for your body. And did you clean out your blood? Detox and take some things that would do a flush out in your body. Did you ever have a colonic or, like the older people they used to?
No, I never. The most thing that I did was something that I was using called canned power juice, which is tuna, aloe vera, and noni. I used that for 30 days before, but that's the only thing I really did. I never did anything else other than that.
I think, in essence, too, at this time, for 2 years, that's good. In essence, to the decision that you made to take care of your body, because your body is a temple, all right? And that's beautiful. But it's also important to clean out your system, especially the liver. There's blueberries. Blueberries are antioxidant, and they're very good to clean out the slime on the brain. Blueberries is very good. Also, many people are now using soursop. Sometimes I take 10 leaves of soursop and I put it in water and for about 2 days and soak it. I drink the soursop. Sometimes I mix soursop with burdock because burdock is very good as a known blood purifier. I was talking to one of the elders here, and they were talking about the aloe vera and tuna. Thank you, Baba. How important it is. And one elder that was a master herbalist said that you can take the aloe vera or the tuna and clean out, put it in water or put some of it, the juice, the gel in your eyes, and that it had been known to cure or take away, they don't like you to say cure, but to heal, I will say, cataracts. Different foods, that has vitamin E, vitamin A in it is very important. But some of the things I just mentioned to you, I know years ago the elders used to sometimes take their own urine, and urine is a natural antibiotic, and they drink a lot of water and they would flush out their eyes with the urine, and there are books on urine therapy that our ancestors have did for thousands of years that other people of other cultures are now making big money on it. You know, so you are what you eat. So I would say maybe flush and dust out your system, especially your kidneys. You know, lemongrass. There's so many things you can do. Dandelion tea is also very good for the kidneys and the liver. Okay?
All right, brethren?
All right, yeah, man, give thanks.
Yeah, man, give thanks. Yes, we talk about different herbs. And we talk about the colonic.
Yes.
I don't think all of Jamaican people know about colonic. Well, I mean, we know about them things that your grandmother used to have in the house.
The flush outs.
With a kind of warm water buckle.
Yes.
And then it have a long tube.
Yes.
With a hard part tight. And then them full it of warm water and stick it in your anus.
Yes.
In your bottom. And that is flushing you out.
Yes.
When them let go the water and then dry it out, the whole of the water does, and everything went in you. I don't think enough Jamaican people not do that again. At least most Jamaican people, I would have said, don't do that again, you know. So them don't understand that there are places that you can go to get this kind of washout, internal washout.
Yes, I'm a colon therapist.
Yes.
I'm one myself.
Yeah.
And the colon is 6 to 8 feet long, and sometimes when you do the washout or you take certain things, they just push it out. It doesn't wash out the walls of the colon, and you have to wash the walls to bring down all of the debris out of that colon.
Is it similar to enema?
I don't think all of Jamaican people know
it's
about
more
it.
depth, more in depth.
Okay.
He just asked me, is it like an enema? It washes down the walls of your colon, because most cancer, most death begins inside the colon.
Yes.
With the colon. It's very important to clean out the colon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is the question. Yes, El.
Hello?
Yeah, blessed.
Good morning. Am I time now?
Yeah, man, I heard.
I've been on hold for so long, I was wondering. Good night, Muta. Congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award.
Give thanks.
This is my first time calling. I'm a big fan.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I am. As young as I am, I'm a big fan.
All right. Give thanks.
Good night, Queen Mother. How are you?
Blessed good night, my royal sister.
I've been listening to you, and your voice is so soothing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Muta, earlier you were telling somebody about some books. Because I'm on a part of self-discovery and spiritual growth. So you were telling somebody about some books earlier.
Yes.
Can you just repeat for
all
me?
right, here we go.
Can you just go slow?
Call back and leave your number with the sister. And then I will WhatsApp you the name of the book then.
Okay.
Right, just call back. Call back the operator and leave your number and your name. And trust me, I will send you the name of some books.
Okay, one more thing. The song that you were playing at the beginning of the show, the Slave Dungeon song, what is the name
Dream. Slave Dream. Slave Dream by Ofra Azza. Ofrahaza. Eh?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Ofra what?
Ofra. Haza.
Haze.
No, ZA.
Oh, ZA.
Haza.
Okay. All right.
It's named Slave Dream.
Okay.
You can go up on YouTube and find it.
Oh.
All right?
Thank you. Queen Mother, do you have anything for me?
I was wondering when you were going to ask me that.
After you gone with all of my Queen Mother.
And I was saying to myself,
what are you seeing in my future, being that I'm on this path of spiritual growth? I mean, I feel so free. I've been listening to Muta for the longest while now, and I've been doing my own little research, even though it's not enough. I've since changed my diet, stopped processing my hair, so I'm getting there.
And me do all of that?
I'm sorry?
It's me do all of that?
Yes.
What? feel proud of yourself,
I want to
man.
be around for a long time, you know.
Yes.
I think, thank you. One of the journeys in life is to work with people, and perhaps maybe the youth, and doing a school, teaching and working with the youth should be very good for you. I feel you as a leader person, even though there are times when you open that mouth and you talk and you speak, but you still have a certain shyness about you.
Oh,
You
my
understand?
God.
She lick you on that spot there.
What would Jamaican say? Hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm listening.
You get scared though. You get scared now when I want to come
No,
next.
I'm not scared. I'm impressed, and I'm not easily impressed, but I'm impressed.
Yes. There's some things you're going to be wanting to do about going abroad. And I'm feeling that one of the places may be Ghana. All right. I saw a bird fly, and it was a white bird that means to transcend. And I felt Ghana. Ghana is going to be a very important place to you. And I'm not just saying that because the doors have opened for many people to return back to Ghana. But I feel Ghana is going to be very important to you and around you.
Okay.
You have any thoughts about Ghana anytime at all?
Well, I've always thought about traveling
Or were you
around
not
the world,
talking
even to Africa. I've always wanted to go there.
Okay.
Not anywhere specifically, but just to go to Africa. I think all Jamaicans is a dream of, well, it's a dream of mine.
You going to promise me this now. Promise me. You're going to promise me now. You see,
Okay.
if 1 year from now, between now and the next year, you ever think about Ghana in relationship to somebody says something to you about Ghana, call me and tell me. Call me and tell me.
I'm going to look for you too.
All right? She gone?
I think so.
She gone. Yes. Just, she hear me still. She hear me. Just call me and tell me about Ghana. If she ever think about Ghana next year. It's amazing that I know that a lot of people will call you with some doubt,
Yes.
and it is normal
Yes.
for doubt the process. But I don't know how much time I tell you this, say, the more you come in here and do this thing, is the more I figure out what is happening,
I love it.
Yeah. The more you come in here, I figure out exactly what is happening, But guess what now? Would have to go pursue the thing. It's not
Yes.
like something where me think about, because as you're gone, some of us. But if I want to pursue it, me kind of go in on my spirit really and say, this is what I want to do. And figure out all of the ways and the means and necessary ways that you can do it. Me feel me could have do it and read you up too. Me could have read you up,
I'm going to look for that.
Me could have read you up.
But you know something, Muta? It's like I always tell the people that we all have
That in a way.
spiritual intuitiveness
Yeah.
inside of us.
Yeah.
And with the Creator, the Most High within ourselves, talk to us and tell us many times.
Yes.
But we block it out
Yes.
and we say it's bad
true.
news
It's true,
because
man.
of our
It's true.
religious beliefs.
Yeah.
And we were born with our spirituality. It's inside of us. We're all indoctrinated into religious beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yes, good night, Queen Mother.
Good night. How are you?
I'm fine. I just wanted to ask you about, like, a relationship with me. Like, my relationship.
All right. When you said good night, Queen Mother, I saw, have you ever noticed the sky after a storm and how the gray clouds be moving and then the sunlight like the elders many times would say, the dawn before the light.
Yes.
It means that it's like you're going through the past and coming into the future, that you have distanced yourself or making some changes, and Spirit say drop, which means you're dropping some things, which means some things are coming out of your life and new things are coming into your life.
Yes.
And the growth of you is very important, that you're now walking out of the past into the future, which means that you may start finding yourself being a little distance from some people and more reconnecting with the goddess that's inside of you.
True.
I feel that you're walking away because I'm seeing you walking up a hill and looking back. It just means that there are some things you're getting ready to do. You're getting ready to walk out of some things. It's like stepping out of the old into the new. Some people are going to wonder what's wrong with you. Have you lost your mind? Why are you doing these things? Why are you making these changes? But these changes are necessary for the growth of the goddess that's within yourself. And I'm seeing you moving on. You're moving on. You're going through some things right now. And I hear talk, which means you've talked some things, you've said some things to other people that was not of value, but they were value to you. But now you're realizing that I am valuable. I'm valuable to myself.
Yes.
So you're getting ready to move forward. And I'm just seeing you moving on.
Thank you.
All right.
That's true. Every word of what you said is true.
Every word of what you say is true.
Yes, it's true.
You can't elaborate for me. I mean, me and your personally.
I really have people that don't value me, and when they see that they're going to lose me, like they want to cling on, and they're making a lot of changes.
Yeah.
And it is true, it's a transition for me.
Yeah.
Well, many blessings to you.
But I'm indecisive. There's a decision in terms of relationship that I'm making, but I'm indecisive. And I don't know, but it has been a lot of things I have gone through.
Yeah, it sounds like you feel pain to do.
But I want you to listen to everything I said to you.
Yes.
Because it's very powerful. You understand me?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so kindly. Many
All right.
blessings.
Thank you.
Yeah. The sister sound like she feeling pain, internal pain too.
Oh, yes.
She feel like, I pick up that, say, the internal pain kind of heavy upon her. Okay, here we go. Send in the call them operator. There's a place called Gorée Island in Senegal where they took our ancestors and carried them across this part of the world. Gorée Island, remember that? Gorée Island. Yes. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Good night, Mota. My first time calling.
Okay.
Good night, Queen Mother.
Good night. Good night.
My question that I'd like to ask you, ma'am, is that I'm trying so hard to have another child, and I don't know if it is possible, so I'm asking you, could you tell me a little about my life, please? I'm frustrated at times. Really do.
Okay. When you said good night, Muta, it's like high times and low times around you. As far as the child is concerned, I saw like, visualize an egg, all right? But it wasn't eggs, it were 2 rocks in front of me, possibly 3. What has happened in the past about birth?
Before I have my son, it was a problem, and then I ended up having my son, and after that I got pregnant again, but then they said the child went in the wrong tube. I'd have to went to the theater for them to get it out of me, and then they couldn't find the afterbirth that was inside of me. It was one of my Rasta friend had boiled some medicine and give it to me to pass it up because I was started to rat, I think, or whatever they call it, start to smell bad, and then the doctor says that they would have to admit me to find out what made me start to smell so bad. But then my friend had given me, I don't know what herb, but I passed out every bit of it. When I went back to the doctor, she asked me, what is it that he has given me? And I told her, I'm not sure, but it is some herb. And he said that he's not telling me what the herb was. So that was how I'm still alive.
Okay, but the point is that when I said I see two rocks, and I say visualize the rocks as eggs, how many birds have you had?
Well, I've had two birds, my son and the other one that I've lost.
Okay, so those were the two rocks, which were like, I saw two rocks and a shell came over it like an egg. Those would be the two birds. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm seeing you looking over land, and the land is green, which means green is a spirit of knowledge, and it's a spirit of life, a new beginning, and changes. What you want in terms of birth is beautiful and it's good, but what about the male around you? How do they feel about birth?
Well, I'm having a problem when it comes on to my husband because he doesn't want any more kids, and I started to be stressful for me because I only have one child, and I'm just 29 years old, and I don't know what the future brings. I'm stuck in two places at the same time.
Well, that's what I'm seeing. The spirit said the man, it's like you want a child, and I saw those two, but the male does not want children.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's a problem. You understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it all goes hand in hand. I feel you can give birth. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
But the way things are, I don't want to talk too much, but in that relationship, he doesn't want to have children, and you want to have a baby. What's this thing about a daughter one?
A daughter one?
Yes.
I always wanted a daughter.
Because the spirit said a daughter one. A daughter one. They say, sweet girl child. Sweet girl child. I see a daughter sitting on a rock, waiting on her mommy to come. So there is a daughter, but she has not come. But she's waiting on her mommy to come. So in your situation, I can't just tell you what to do with your life, but it's up to yourself and the Most High from within yourself to let this child come. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Because right now she's in jail. She's in jail. But the door is open and the key is in your hand. So you give it to the Most High. You understand me?
Yes, sir. I understand.
All right.
All right. Give
I
thanks,
wish you
yeah?
peace and love.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, Ian.
Hello?
Yes,
This is my time.
yes.
Good night, Muta. Good night, Queen Mother.
Good night.
I've been having some issues lately. I lost a child, and ever since then, I have been having issues sleeping. And the sleeping or the nightmares, they come mostly when the peak time comes around. So I lost a child on the 4th. I don't want to say the month because I know. And then every time it comes around like this time, like the 1st going into the 4th, the nightmares, they intensify. So I don't know what you can tell me.
How much pregnancy were you?
Pardon?
How much pregnancy were you? Like which trimester, 1st, 2nd, or 3rd?
This one was the 4th pregnancy.
Okay, the 1st pregnancy, but what I'm asking you is how much in time were you?
How much months?
Okay, sorry. It was 8 months and 2 weeks.
You were 8 months pregnant?
Yes.
Okay. You know, many times I hear them say in Africa that the ancestors come and get them and take them away because they were not to come then. But they do recycle and come back at another time. Like one friend of mine was pregnant, and in her 9th month, she lost a child, and she was devastated. And because that was her first time with that new husband, and he had not had any children, but she had 3 other children by another marriage. And I told her, you know, I did a reading for her, and I said, that child will come back, and that child will return. And it did come back. And a matter of fact, about a year later, she did get pregnant, and it came back. So sometimes it doesn't be the time for them to come, and they have to come back in another way. That's why, like in Nigeria particularly, like they don't do baby celebration, whereas people call it baby shower, and people go buy this and buy that. They wait until 1 year to do the baby ceremony, and the baby is welcomed by the family and the whole community, because the children belong to the community. They don't just belong to the family. And the reason why they do that is because they say sometimes they get called back. And without going through all that frustration, they just don't celebrate at that time. But they call back, but many times they come back. So if it's in divine order for the child to return in another way, it may even come back as a girl. You understand me?
Yes.
So try not to feel so bad. Ask the Most High if it's in divine will, divine love, divine order, for this child to come back to you in a manner in which it's supposed to come back. Sometimes they call them back for various reasons. It could be the lifestyle, it could be the relationship, or the happiness in the family, economics, or many reasons that they call them back. Sometimes they weren't supposed to come. They came too quick. They were supposed to wait. And they sneak out the other door and they come. And they say, hey, come back here. You got to wait. So be patient and give thanks. You understand me?
I understand you.
All right.
I have another question, though. For some time I've been troubled with my career decision. I don't know if I should stay in this profession or if I should change my career path. I've been struggling with this for some time now.
It's true. I see ice. You know, visualize ice floating down a river or ocean or something, And I'm seeing you standing on this ice that have broken away from the inland. And I see a white dove. It means that your professional changes are coming, but it hasn't come yet. That you will make some changes, okay?
Okay.
You're not going to stay in what you're doing. You're going to make changes.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Many
all right.
blessings to you.
Yeah, this is the Cutting Edge on IRA FM. How much time we ever say that? Well, yeah?
Yeah, good night, nigga.
Good night, sir.
Good night, Mother.
Good night.
Yeah, I want to speak to Mother Queen.
Yeah, man, shall listen.
Good night.
Yeah, good night, Mother Queen. I've been struggling all of my life. I wanted to know what's going on.
Yeah, a little bit struggling the whole of your life.
Yeah, you know, it's I saw when he said that, when he was talking to you, I saw a big rock on his back. But the beauty of it is that I saw green grass around it, and I saw a blue sky. And blue is the spiritual color that represents peace. You know, it's been hard. It's been difficult. And I saw a number 5 here, which means that within the last 5 years, you've been in a journey where you've been like mostly at a standstill. Mostly at a standstill. I'm feeling that the rock that's on your back is getting ready to move or shift or make some changes. What has happened with you with this number 5, to your knowledge? What's been going on within the last 5 years? 5 months, 5 weeks, or 5 days? Can you speak just a little louder, please, so they can hear you?
Have a talk louder, Bridget.
Yeah, the last 5 years I had a problem in my relationship.
In the last 5 years. Okay, but how do you visualize that relationship?
Relationship, yeah.
How do you visualize it? I mean, is it good news or is it bad news? It's up and down, right?
Is that good? Repeat that?
How is it to your knowledge? How do you feel about it?
I always feel, I always think about it. I always think about it. It always bothering me. It's always bothering me.
Your relationship bother you?
It's always bothering me.
Wait, wait, say your relationship bother you?
Bothering me.
So, and it's like a butterfly, right? It's in and out. I'm hearing change.
Yeah.
Change. Right now, it's like a seesaw up and down, or like a butterfly coming out of metamorphosis. You know, understanding means everything. Communication in every relationship. It's like in your situation, one door is open and one door is shut, which means like you might be the person that's more open and the woman may be the opposite. Maybe be more closed. I don't want to talk about some things. I don't want to talk. But you both have to be on certain grounds, you know, to be more open with each other. You can't have a relationship if you can't talk and you cannot communicate. It's like my father taught me when I was about 17. He said, listen, baby, you're growing up, and when you get married one day or have a relationship, you have to understand, I love you, do you love me, is good, but if you don't communicate with that person, if there's no communication, there's no understanding, then it means nothing. Communication means everything in all relationships, all. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And there has to be more communication. in that relationship.
Okay.
It's the door, one door is closed, like I said, and one door is open. You all have to be on the same vibrations. All right?
All right.
Now, explain that to me. Okay.
You say you want me to
So I
explain.
have to do more.
Open.
Yeah, in a sense, I have to do more communication.
Exactly.
Okay, for the relationship to work.
Exactly. You got to be able to sit down and talk more. You know, what's the communication to your knowledge?
Some of the time I don't really like talk like some of the time I just people to get ignorant. I don't know why.
The woman get ignorant? Is that what you're saying? Or you get? I don't understand.
No, some of the time I get ignorant.
You get ignorant.
Yeah.
So then you have to slow it down, right?
Yeah, okay.
Let me ask you, because the Spirit said, hear it out, hear the lady out, hear the lady out. Do you allow her to express herself before you dominate and control her mind? Do you feel that you dominate and control her mind?
I never try to control anyone in my relationship.
No, I'm
I
asking
never
you.
try to control me. I don't know why.
Because you the person that just said you get ignorant. And the word ignorant means the lack of understanding. That's what it means when you reinterpret it. It means the lack of understanding. So how much do you understand her? How much do you listen to her? I don't hear you.
She always try to tell me what to do, and if I forget anything, she always not agree with what I said. That always cause a problem between me and her. Because we like been together for like 14 years.
I'm sorry, but you're speaking so low, and the other people can't hear you too well.
Okay.
So what you say again, Bridget?
Yeah, I said some of the time when I said something to her, she always like try to tell me what to do, and she's not listening to me.
Well, then that goes back to understanding and communication, right? It means that the both of you has to learn to two airplanes cannot fly the same altitude in life. One has to take a high and the other one has to take a low. It means that somebody has to be able to sit and listen.
Yes, so right now we actually broke up.
You say right now you broke up?
Yeah, right now we actually broke up. We're not together no more right now.
So you broke up. But do you want the person back?
She's the one who said we broke up. I never said that. She's the one who said that.
So then why did she leave?
Repeat that?
Why did the person leave out of the relationship?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No. To be honest, I don't really know.
Well, there is a gap. There was a gap in that relationship. And a lot of it had to do with communication. What did you mean when you said you were too ignorant? What did you mean by that? I'm sorry.
Blessed? Ill? Look like him credit done, man.
All right, sorry.
Look like him credit done. But it's a case to understand where him say that. Because him say him ignorant. Sometimes him get ignorant and then him say she left him, but him don't know why. So him now say the ignorance cause her to leave him. Because I say him don't know why she leave. That sound disconnected.
Yeah, Muta, you know, all along I kept asking a question about communication. And I even gave an example about what my father said.
Yeah.
To be able to talk and communicate. Because understanding means everything in all relationships. If you don't communicate, and if you cannot communicate, it's going to be trouble.
Yeah. Yes, El. El?
Hello?
Yes.
Good night, Musa. Good night, Queen Mother.
Good night, my dear.
Okay, I'm having some hard time understanding some stuff that happened in my family life a couple of years ago. I don't know if you can see anything about it and advise me.
Well, when you said, hello, Muta, I saw clouds and I saw rain. And it's still a struggle.
Yes, it has been.
About peace. There's not enough peace there. Lots of disappointments. People don't be as honest with each other as they should. And I'm hearing talk, which means too much talk. Lots of talk. People do not give each other enough chance to praise each other or understand each other without condemning. Things have been said and things have been done that should not have been done. I'm seeing that there has been losses in the family and hurt and pain.
I'm almost out of credit.
Yes.
Oh.
But what you said so far, connect?
Very much, Muta. Very much.
You just have some losses in the family?
Yes. Yeah.
And a lot of pain has come out of that. You know?
Yeah.
I'm seeing a boat and look like you're trying to get in that boat and it's three of you. But the boat is moving back and forward. And in order for you to get in that boat, it would have to be stable. And to me, that boat symbolized the boat of peace. That there are three of you. It's yourself and two others that has to make changes of peace.
Well, you know, she listening to you, but she not going to answer you. She not going to answer you. But I know she hearing what you're saying.
Do you understand me?
No, she not going to hear you.
Oh, okay.
She not going to answer.
Okay.
Because the phone cut off again.
Oh.
But I know she's listening to what you're saying.
All right.
It's a pity she can't respond to it still.
All right, thank
This
you.
is the Cutting Edge on IRFM. The last time he was here, we asked about 3 people.
Oh.
And, I mean, it's still a ringing of people's ears. The things them that you say about the 3 people them and what transpired after.
Okay.
I think it was Usain Bolt and the then Prime Minister was Bruce Golding, I think.
Yes.
I think it's Vibes Cartel. I did ask about Vibes Cartel, Bruce Golding and Usain Bolt. And it really resonated with the people them head what transpired after you leave. So I don't know when you're going to come back here. But I'm going to ask you about 3 people.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you about 3 people. And you just say what you say. You know, we always keep the tape because I play back the tape, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I put it on a CD and play it back. Because people say, Muta, I want you to play back that tape the way Queen Mother said.
Yes.
About UC and you know. And I play it back.
All right.
I have it in my archives there, but I'm going to ask you still, but I can take some more call. And you're the people must say, yes, Ian.
Blessed night, Motor.
Blessed man.
Yeah, I want to talk to Queen Mother.
Shall I listen to you?
Yeah,
Shall I listen to you?
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
How are you?
Good night, Queen Mother.
Good night.
I'm great.
Boy, your voice change up all of a sudden, boy. Now tell the man voice sound like a angel.
Yeah, Motor. No, before me even send up Motor, I listen from me at 6, you know, now me at 25.
You serious?
Yeah, man, me I listen, man, and listen now. The last time I bring Queen Mother on the program,
yeah.
my father did a listen, I see him pass out, you know, 16 him pass, but I don't know, give thanks for
Yeah,
that.
so you go. Yeah. So from 6 to 25, you say no?
Yeah, man, me at 25. July 23rd, I come me forward, me at 26.
All right, sir.
You say July 23rd?
Yeah.
So you're lying. Mine's July 26th.
Okay.
My mother, July the 23rd.
Yeah, he's July 23rd.
My mother, July the 23rd.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, one more time.
I Selassie born July the 23rd.
That's
Yeah, man,
Emperor
talk to
Selassie's
you,
birthday.
Motor. Yeah, man, not yet made everything.
All right, sir.
That's Mama B, Bob Marley's mother's birthday. And Emperor Selassie's birthday is in the 23rd.
Yeah.
Powerful
But Queen
man.
Mother,
Yes.
more ask about my future still. Really happy to speak with us still right now. Come like Motor. It's an energy check me do right now, you see? Yeah, man, I check my energy right now. Like how doctor them check up on people.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, check up my energy.
Oh, wow, Queen Mother, check up your energy.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, when you were talking to Muta, I saw you standing with some papers in your hand, and it was like standing on land and standing on water, both at the same time. One thing, there's some travel that you're going to be looking at or thinking about. Also, I felt a bird. 2 birds flew by me, my back. I felt the energy of the birds on my back, which represent some changes and some travel. You're going to do some traveling. And there is also something that's going to be very important to you about land, L-A-N-D. Has anything come up to your knowledge about that?
Repeat what you said to me.
She asked her if anything come up in your things in both land, L-A-N-D, land.
Land?
Yeah.
Yeah, that you know made like for one piece that I'm build out car. Really Motor, you know, cause Spanish town me part from still in a Motor.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, but I'm Chilani me there now, you see me.
Oh, Chilani there?
Chilani me there.
Okay. You live long there now?
No, man, me do side work, cause me do site work, you see Motor.
You do site work on a piece of land?
No, listen, no. Me do site work, but me move up now and me work in a hotel this evening. Okay. Site me do.
Okay.
We build a hotel for them, so they move me over in a hotel this evening, get a chance.
They move you over in the hotel?
Yeah, them give me a chance. One of them must say,
you're fortunate, man. You're fortunate, man.
No, me just want to stay Motor, because I get a little fight there, you see, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it still, but me I work, you see, I put in work.
Yeah, so you don't think about no land then?
Yeah, man, I think about to buy a piece of land. Yeah, that's nice for true.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
What about travel?
I think that's down in my mind a lot. I say, like when me hear Motor, like Africa, I really want to go Africa. As a after route, I always like, I really want to go America and them places like I want to go motherland.
Yeah, because there were 2 birds that flew by me, which means there's 2 places that you will be looking into going to, you know. I'm a true believer that thoughts are things and things have wings, that so shall you think it, so shall it be. That if you think it, you can conceive it if you believe it. Does that make sense?
Yes. I mean, there's something where I say, I really like want a chance to work in a hotel and get that, so.
But let me ask you a question.
Okay.
When I just said that to you, had there been a light brown skinned woman around you at all? Because I saw a light brown skinned person laughing.
Yeah, I'm a light skinned person.
Huh?
I'm a light skinned person.
But I say woman.
Yeah.
Because I saw a light brown skinned lady laughing, putting her hand over her face, laughing, which means that she may have a little shyness around her, but sweet, good.
Okay.
Answer no man, let me hear if I true.
Yeah.
Joe, the one that keep it a suspense. When you don't answer, you keep it a suspense, like who have a bathroom. Answer one.
Yeah, man, should I say some truthful things there?
So you have a little lady where you hide upon you around the corner there?
Yeah.
In the hotel?
Yeah. For real, though, man, for real.
You won't tell me. All right, sir. Yeah. So what should they know?
No, Mota, so how the lady know that, though?
No, I mean how she know that. It's like you know what answer, like if I want them to answer that, No, tell me something now. Which part of lady they know? The little light skinned lady. What she there?
They have fair place, man.
Oh, she have a different place from you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You ask me how she know that?
No, you know, Mota, say recently that too.
Recently?
Yeah.
Okay. Go on, Queen Mother, talk to him because the man said, oh, she know that. Buta, oh, she know that. I mean, tell her. I don't know what to talk to me, but I mean, tell her. Anyway.
I think there are some blessings coming around you financially. Some may come unexpectedly good, but there are some changes and some money that's going to come up around you, okay?
Yes, thank you. And guess what? Mota, my most guy is my brother. He might listen, Mota, I'm about 18 now. He might listen deeply. He might say, yo, ask her about my name, Timur. I know him listening right now. I'm a mother listening right now.
You say he's about 80 years old?
18.
18.
18.
He said his brother that's 18?
Yeah. Tell me, say, ask her about me, please. I'm a trained for me, like, want to be a military and all these things.
All right. When you say, ask me about my brother, I felt my throat area.
Yeah.
And when I say I felt my throat, I meant not bad, but good. Like he has a lot of blessings with the voice inside of him, okay?
Yeah.
And he can do a lot of things, but sometimes he get angry, he get frustrated and want to quit. And he doesn't know what to do or where he's going or where he's going to be. I just see him jumping up and down, But he's a strong person. He's very strong, but he has to learn to listen. Because a lot of things that I'm seeing that goes on around him is that he gets too impatient. He has to learn to listen. But if he learns more discipline, he can go many places and do many things. He's a self-taught person in many ways. Self-taught, which means he can learn quickly. He pick up very fast. And he's ready to get up and go. And he's an old spirit. Spirit said the old one done.
Yes.
Old one done. He's a very old spirit. That's why when I said, did you say 80 years old? And Muta said, no, 18. Because his spirit is old. He's a very old spirit.
Yes, for real,
but
man. And that's
the spirit said,
enough calm and move like my father.
Yeah.
Move like my father.
Yes, but they say kind, K-I-N-D, which means he has a very kind heart.
Yes, a kind-hearted. For
very kind heart.
All right, brethren.
Mota, I'm blessed, because I guess when I come like my teacher, Mota, I always say from me 6 years, my father bring me on some man.
All right, sir.
Some charity, I watch them have a radio and you. I'm go home. I'm listening. I always want to tell you this, so I can't get through Mota. One time I got My mother live at Duane Park.
Yeah.
So, my stepfather did it with her. I'm a kind of Christian. They not too in a motor thing. My mother, she not too fight against it, but she listen sometimes. So, they must say, oh, them light bill and thing, and I can't have this radio. I hope I listen this money. So, most of you know, so I have about 5 battery. I have about 5 battery, and then me use, I put one in my MP3, I say 4% on it. I put it in and it's done. I put it in the next one, I put it in till, I listen to the whole program with the 5 battery.
Eh?
Yeah, man, I love motor anywhere in the world. Right now, I have a cousin foreign. Well, I'm a community right now. The Malaysia, over there in a Spanish town. No, I'm going to big up a man named Icon Stammer.
Oh, you're in Spanish town. Yeah, man.
Oh, Jed. And them took some great fella, me and tell you, them grow me, they make me listen.
Yeah.
And I tell you, different from Rastafari, I feel like more cry. Different from Rastafari.
Yeah.
Motor.
Yeah.
You all man, I can tell you that.
Give thanks, Virgin. Give thanks.
That's the best.
Yeah. Oh. I think they're heavy, you know.
Yes.
Yeah,
thank you. Muta, you know, I want to say briefly about my music.
Yeah.
I know you're looking like, what?
No,
yes,
no. You tell me, say you go record some music.
Yeah, I've been in the studio.
I'm very anxious to hear them.
Yes, I've been in the studio and I've been doing something with Jungle Production.
Yes.
With George Elton Hewitt.
Yeah.
And I have a song that he's helping me produce, and it's called Jah Look Like Me.
Well, before you leave, you'll get it.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, I can't play
you
it.
will. But it's a powerful song.
A long while again, another 8 years, I don't say again.
Well, you remember, 8 is the number for infinity.
Yes.
Which is the ending of a new beginning.
Yes.
It's my new beginning.
Okay.
Yes, but you know, I wanted to mention too, when we were talking about spirituality and looking within ourselves, and I want to thank my royal sister, Marcia Griffith, for also inviting me to Buju's concert, and some of the powerful things in his music.
Well, hold on. I can take the call. I don't want him credit done.
Okay.
And then we can't talk. All
right,
yes.
Fine.
Yes, EL.
Yeah.
Yeah, blessed.
Blessed. Let me talk to you, Queen Mother.
Yeah, she'll listen.
I notice you're cutting in with some reading yourself.
Eh?
I notice you're cutting in with some reading yourself.
Yeah, because I'm sitting down here on the edge of my chair. I'm sitting here with some edge of my chair.
Yeah. Queen Mother, welcome back.
Thank you kindly. Thank you so kindly.
I have a little bit of difficulty here. I dream, but I can't remember them. But one of the frequent ones I remember is like I'm flying up in the air, going over the trees or whatever, obstacles around there. Being pursued.
Oh, he's like a man we called before. A man called with that situation there before, you know.
But me a fly, man. Me up in the air.
Okay.
He said he had a dream that he could fly.
That's experience in the dream.
Well, it's a reality dream. I don't look at it as a bad dream. And the reason why I'm saying that, okay, first of all, let me tell you this. Many people have many dreams, and most people don't realize that when they go to sleep, they die. They go to the other side. And then when they wake up, they come back. Now, the point I'm making to you is that when we talk about the crossroad, right? And that road is one of the ancient Ndinkra signs like that they use in Ghana when they talk about the cross and the crossroad. It doesn't have anything to do with Christianity. Even though the Catholic Church have made it that way, it does not. It means to go from the natural and the supernatural. So what happens is that when you go to sleep, you transform and go to the other side. sometimes when I talked earlier about a glass of water by the bed, glass of water under the bed perhaps, or get you a pen and a pad. Sometimes you have a dream, you get up, you go to the bathroom, you come back, go back to sleep. It's a total different dream. Very few people can get up, go to the bathroom, come back, and go back into that same dream. Okay, so you say, well, I dreamed that I could fly. Okay.
Yeah, I'm flying, yes. I'm
Yes.
flying, I'm being pursued.
But that's part of our spirituality, because I've seen people fly and disappear in front of me in Africa, and that power is over here too.
Mm-hmm.
It's inside of the people. It's true. Some people have cutlass medicine, some people have gun, and people are running away now saying, turn that thing down, turn it off. She's talking juju, she's talking voodoo, she's talking hoodoo. No. The word juju means the unknown. That's what it means. So the bottom line is that I've seen people walk through walls and disappear in front of me because they have medicine. And most of this medicine is made through plants and through animals, because they were the first that was on the planet, the plants and the animals. And most of the medicine is made either or. If you go online right now and look at Uganda and look at the last indigenous people of Uganda, you will see the Twa people, and they could actually fly. And they were flying. And then you will also see a European or Caucasian man holding up a Bible saying he came to Christianize these people, taking away all their powers, their spiritual, supernatural powers, and turned them to Jesus Christ. And now they're all suffering and going through pain and a whole bunch of stuff. Only thing I'm saying is that much things and many things that we have powers to do have been watered down because of other people wanting to dominate and control us as a people. Yes, it's true. They do fly, and you have flown before, and you can fly. And there's nothing wrong with you believing in that, because it's inside of us to go back to do what our ancestors have done in the past. And what's wrong with that? If they sit up there and go and read their Bible, which belong to us, everything that's in it is ours. And they tell you that, okay, well, Jesus turned the blood into water, you know? And then they go and tell you, okay, you must drink the blood and eat the flesh. I could never understand that. I was invited to one church. I'm standing up there, and it was a Liberian church in Detroit. And the minister knew me well, and he smiled. He said, okay, Queen Mother, do you want to drink the blood and eat the flesh of Jesus? I said, no. He said, what? I said, that's cannibalistic. I said, think about what you're telling me. You're telling me to drink blood and eat flesh. I said, no. He said, why? I said, I'm vegetarian. I don't eat flesh, and I don't drink blood. And he was so confused, he didn't know what to say. You know, some people were giggling in the back. But the bottom line is that all the things that they tell us not to do, other cultures and other people, churches, Caucasians, they doing, you know, they tell us not to do it, and look at us as being bad, but yet they telling you to drink blood and eat flesh. It's
Not to cut you. Is there any role for me in activism or politics down the road?
For yourself?
Yeah.
Is there any role for you in it?
Yes. You see anything?
I would say
activism,
yes. I would say
community
yes.
activism or political activism.
Yes.
Serious?
Yes. Yes, there is.
Mm-hmm. and travel to the motherland?
I feel that you're going to do some things, but there are other things that has to be done first. You understand? Did I answer your question?
Sound vague to me. Other things, no pointers.
Well, you have to be real with real.
Okay.
All right?
All right, Bridget.
All right.
It sounds like, you want to hear something else.
Huh?
Sound like you want to hear something else.
Oh, all right. Let me speak to my birthday. My birthday is January 27th. Probably Queen Mother not picking up on it.
No, I was listening.
Oh, you're not saying?
I'm listening to what you said. When you said January the 27th, I saw a big ball fall in the water, and it was like the water was splashing all over the place. And it just means that you're a person that carries a heavy load, big burden, but a very proud person, well-disciplined person, and a man of action, that you do things to make actions happen. And the Spirit said, take your time and teach, that you are a teacher of teachers. But
so they ask me if I'm a teacher.
I'm sorry?
I say, so they ask me if I'm a teacher.
They said, spiritually.
They're asking,
That means him confirming what you say.
Okay, what I mean is this: all of us are born with certain gifts, which are your master blessings, and they don't have to be determined by any institution.
No,
one of your gifts is to teach, to guide, to lead, to do things, to be impressive, to make things happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, a lot of situations I find myself in that seems to happen, but it's kind of restricted these days. I'm sort of bogged down with some commitments I have.
But the bottom line is that you have it inside of you to do it, regardless of what boundaries that are on the outside. It's what's in the inside of you that's important. That give you the drive to be who you are and to do what you have to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it's sporadic, you see, it's not constant, up and down.
You have to do what you have to do. Sometimes there are other things. A good example is that I was in Ghana, and I remembered going to a Babalawo, talking to them about some things that were going on in my life, and I wanted to make some changes, and they tell me, you must do salaka. And I asked them, what does salaka mean? It means giving, that you have to go and give something. They say if you give, you find an older lady, give to that elder something, and then you find a baby boy. So my holy day is Friday because I was born on a Friday. So on my holy day, I found a lady in Ghana walking all bent over with a purse behind her. And I knew, yes, I must be in Ghana because in America, you're not going to see nobody walking with their purse and their hands behind them. So I walked up to the lady. I gave her some money and some fruit, and I asked her to pray for me, to say some things for me. And she did. And then I found a lady who had a baby boy, and I gave to the lady for her children, and it opened up doors. It's like one hand shakes the other. It means sometimes in life, to make things happen of changes, we have to give. We have to go and give something to somebody to make a difference or a change in their life so we can make a difference or a change in our own life. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
So maybe you need to do salaka or a sacrifice, give something to somebody and see changes that will happen to you.
All right, give thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Give thanks. Okay, so we want to heal up all the ones that who call, you know. We want to tell you that we will be back here. When I say we, I mean the royal we. The royal we, not Queen Mother, but the royal we. We'll be back here at 2 o'clock for the Stepping Razor, the art of war. So, you did say you want to heal up some ones now. You did talk about Master, you say.
Oh,
And
definitely.
he's gone somewhere else.
Definitely to my royal sister, Marcia, who really wanted me to come to Buju's concert, and I was very happy to have participated and just overly impressed of the warrior spirit that's inside of the brother and the songs that he does. In a song, there's a message particular in the song that says about the destiny and to control your own destiny through your spirituality, because the brother has transformed and he's on another vibe, you know, talking about spirituality of going within yourself and controlling your own destiny. It means no matter what happens to you in life, that you can rise back up from within yourself and to go through the fire and still have 41,000 people that you impressing was very powerful.
Yeah.
And to Sister Carlene up in the Red Hills, Sister Yvonne, to Fabian, Brother Lawrence, to my son Ashiki, to Dayo, my daughter Olushike, my niece Olushike, my nephew Michael. There's so many. And to the crew, to Nani over in Wellington, and the whole crew that's over there with Sister Marcia. There's so many people that I would love to give a shout out to, but there's not enough time in the day, in the night. How they say, if I had 500 tongues in my mouth, it would still not be enough to say thank you and I love you. And thank you so kindly for inviting me back. And it's my honor and my blessing to come back to
Well, you know, entirely at Jamaica.
Yes.
Right, that's all. You understand? Because I know it's amazing, and I know it amazes the listeners them when you say certain things to them, and you get so right on target.
Thank you.
That it kind of bewildered.
You wait till my song come out, Muta.
Well,
wait till you hear that song, Jah Looks Like Me.
Eh?
The name of my song is Jah Looks Like Me.
Jah Look Like You.
Yes, Jah Look Like Me. And you, and you.
All right. Well, we give thanks. We give thanks.
Thank you.
Dan, you just say you want to say something there? Say it quick, you know.
About the three things that you had said. Remember when she was here, she had mentioned 3 persons and the things that actually come true. So there was something.
Oh, yeah. Well, Matrix them. Matrix are coming again. Yeah. Give thanks, Danny. I want to ask you about 3 people. And when I call them name, you must tell me. And I know you don't know none of them. I know you definitely don't. But, well, I know you know one of them still. One of them, I will say. Because I know you know them. But you don't know him, but you just talked about him a while ago. It's Buju I got to ask about. 1, Buju, that is the first one. Yeah.
Okay, question. You said I talked to him?
No, I say
I talked about
just
him.
talked about him a while ago.
Oh, yes, I
but
did.
He was one of the persons that I was going to ask you about.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to mention Buju to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
So when I say Buju, what come to you?
When you said the name, I saw the person sitting with their leg crossed and their hand stroking their beard, you know, thinking. And the Spirit said travel, which means that there's going to be a lot of travel coming up around him. And I saw this white bird fly out of the midst of all these black birds. They were like vultures, eating flesh and eating things. Now, the white bird means a resurrection, and these black birds eating flesh were like vultures or buzzards, which means that he has to be careful and cautious about the people that surrounds him, because everybody is not his friend.
Yeah.
And there will be people that will come to take from him and not to give to him. I feel that the Creator has put him in a special place in this time in his life to tap into his spirituality, to make the people more aware or in tune. When he wrote that song, to control your own destiny, I have to control my own spirituality. He did not know, but he was chosen by the Most High to do that, to bring the message to the people. He doesn't know or understand his own greatness. There are two other songs that's going to come out with him that's going to be very inspirational and extremely powerful. It's going to hit Africa, boom, boom, boom. And it's going to help to lift up the minds and the hearts of people here.
Okay, all right. The next person we're going to ask you about now is Peter Phillips. You know who is Peter Phillips?
No.
You don't know who's named Peter
No.
Phillips? Okay, all right. So we'll ask you about Peter Phillips.
First, I heard crying. Then I hear joy, Joy. Then I hear laugh. I see hot water. The person feet, you know, like when you get a foot soak, and it's supposed to be a certain temperature. It's like putting your feet into water that's too hot. It's steaming hot, but they're sitting there reading the newspaper with a towel around their neck, sweating, acting like it's not a problem. But it is a problem. Their feet are in hot water. Their feet are in hot water, but I do see a blue sky, and a blue sky means changes, and it also means peace. They may go through the fire.
Okay.
All right?
All right, and the blue water is what?
No, I said blue sky.
Okay.
Blue represent peace.
Okay.
You know. But right now they may be in a little hot water or sweating a little bit.
Okay. All right. Oh, a little hot water, but them sweating a little bit. Okay. The Prime Minister now, Andrew Holness.
I hear sad. S-A-D. Sad. You know, it's sort of funny. I used to walk up to my grandfather and I say, Papa, you have a nickel? And he said, well, baby, let me see. And he put his hand in his pocket and he'd fumble around and then he would bring out something, you know. But he wouldn't give me everything right then what I wanted. He would have to search and look for it. It means this person is searching. Right now, I see one leg on the ground and one leg on a rock, like trying to stand or come forward. I see rain around them, which means there's some changes that are coming. There are changes. It may be a little rough. They're standing on the rock like stern, but one foot is stern and the other foot is slippery. You know, standing on something slippery like glass or something, which means that they can slide a little bit. And it's like in search of more stability. I hear cry, then I hear joy. They're going through a lot. right now.
Okay. We keep that tape and see what come out of those 3 people thing. But you know, we have some things that going on at Jamaica here where kind of...
What's the status from your perspective of what I said? Because I don't know of what I said of the last person.
I would have to go listen back to what you say.
Okay.
Because what happened, them going to have an election tomorrow.
Okay.
They're going to have an election tomorrow.
All right.
It's not a general election.
All right.
It's a area.
All right.
They're going to have it. And as usual, it's the same 2 parts of them. Peter Phillips is the head of the PNP.
Okay.
And obviously the Prime Minister is the head of the GLP. But it's not them 2 running. Them 2 of them is not running. It's 2 other people running from the party. One is a woman and one is a youth, would I call him. So it's really something dynamic about that. The dynamic about it is that it's a woman a run and it's a youth a run. You see, it's not the old school politician them. Even though we don't, difference in the activism of the party them, whether them old school or them young school, it's the same argument them have and the same ways them behave, you see. But the thing in it is that the Peter Phillips party seem to be not moving ahead as how people, as how them PNP them would have want them move. So the Peter Phillips is almost not seen a whole heap of time because where Andrew Holness do is have a lot of visible things are happening in the country. Construction, road, all of these things where people see in front of them. They want to see something are happening in front of them. So you have this legacy thing where they talk about now, where they build. As a matter of fact, they must start moving another road tomorrow. I think tomorrow or this week, they must start on South Camp Road for do some widening on it. Right up there where Tom Red come meet. I know you don't know what I talk about.
But I'm listening.
I have to put it into perspective. What I want to say is that him have something that go on with unprecedented in Jamaica where you have whole heap of road are fixed at the same time. Right? So
yes.
It's a visible thing and people love to say, what my government doing? See them a build road, them a build highway and them things there. So you can't see them now do nothing. But behind the road and this and that, there's a certain scandal.
Yes.
That is taking place amongst that, like the Minister of Education, them just wonder if him is a part of a big corruption scandal where take place, which is part of the same Andrew Holness party. Plus them have a Petrojam oil thing where lay every upon them, which something else come up again, where the people them don't know about yet, but it will come up again. So it kind of the two of them is in the balance, you know.
When
because
you
I hear
talk,
you say that the two of them is in the balance.
yes, when
there's this dark.
You know, when you were just talking, right? And you were telling me about this right?
Which one of them?
The one you just finished telling me about.
Andrew,
about the road and the this and the that.
Yeah, Andrew Holness.
Okay, listen. The Spirit say, copy, fall. When they said that, that means it's like a duplicated thing, a repeat of the past. It just means that they're doing the same cycle over and over again, which means that they put in front of your face something new when it's really something old. The old stuff is still there. And it's like foul stuff and stinky stuff. You know, meaning that they're giving the people the good side of the face, but the bad one is still there. They still stink. It's like, we say, the suit coat is new, but the underpants is old and stinky.
Yeah.
which means they do stinky stuff.
Which is that what that means, the corruption will take all of the place.
Yes.
Because there's so much argument of corruption centered around this government now. And not that other governments don't do it, but considering it's a young person, plus he was supposed to come with a new kind of ideas, and we can't see, considering that him have this legacy thing around the course now where, you know, buildings, never before you see so much building a go up.
Well, they say truth stop. Truth stop, which means the truth is not coming forward.
Yeah.
That the truth has stopped. I mean, they're not giving you the truth.
Okay.
All right? Truth stop.
Well, I know the Matrix will accept, Matrix will believe that. What Matrix? You don't listen to the program? You never listen? Okay. Yeah, try download